the UFC have officially got rid of the flyweight division, which is something that I alluded to when I said Demetrius Johnson was going to leave and go to ONE FC. I said, well, if they're going to do that, that must mean the end. And lo and behold, I hate to call myself a genius, but I did predict these things, man.
I think Michael Bisping said it best.
This is the end for the flyweight division. There's no more. I mean, granted, there were like 7 fighters at flyweight. I mean, what are you gonna do? Are these guys all gonna move up to bantamweight now, or are they going to go out to another organization?
Well, that's an interesting question. Somebody yesterday threw around the conspiracy theory as well, because Ray Borg and Joseph Benavidez were scheduled to fight this Saturday. But Ray Borg has pulled out. I'm not sure what for, some kind of complications with his weight cut. But that was on the Wednesday, and somebody had the idea. I wonder if, because they're getting rid of the flyweight division, the UFC just said, here, there's $50K each for not fighting. There you go. But what I was going to say was, I remember at the time when the Khabib Conor fight, there was a lot of talk of a new weight division, 165 pounds. And Dana actually came up with a good point. Now, I don't fully agree with his notion not to have new weight classes, but the point what he said was a good point. A reporter said, well, why don't you want a 165-pound weight class? And he said, well, everybody that can't win a belt at 155 and everybody that can't win the belt at 170 will all go to 165. And he's kind of right there. You know what I mean? The top of the food chain in 170 and 55 will stay there. The weaker ones will go to the new 65 division. And I guess that's kind of what you'll see now with the 125 going. All the better people, the bigger ones for sure, will go to 135. Like Henry Cejudo, he's fighting TJ Dillashaw. So champ versus champ, even though technically Cejudo might not be a champ then. But that's an interesting fight, and kudos to Cejudo for taking that fight. But yeah, they're going to fold it, and I guess the bigger people or the more competent will go to 135.
Yeah, look, it's business, and look, I don't ever want to see people lose their jobs, you know. But as a fan, I was never super excited about the 125-pound division. It really just never got me going. You know, even Demetrius Johnson, who was, you know, just so impressive for so long. Whatever it was, and it's not just me, but a lot of people. He had trouble getting people behind him, and you know, I don't even know what it is. Because that's not true with the case with, like, I remember when the UFC brought back 155 pounds because they were at 170 for a while. You remember that, right? When they brought BJ Penn back in, they brought 155 back for BJ, I believe. And I remember even thinking at the time, like, wow, 155ers are a lot smaller than these other guys. And it was kind of hard to wrap my head around. But then these stars emerge, and, you know, we've seen it straight on down to 135 pounds. With 125, for some reason, DJ, who was unbeatable for a long time, was never able to break through, and it never got. And if the champion can't break through, who is debatably pound for pound best in the world, most people agree, most experts agree, then what chances anybody else have at 125 pounds?
I agree. I fully agree. And because I even mentioned this yesterday in said conversation that was taking place with the anonymous person that shall not be named, I was like, yeah, but honestly, the flyweight division doesn't bring a lot of excitement, and that's just what it is. And this person countered with a very good point. Say, hold on a minute. So you're telling me you're going to get rid of 125-pound men, but you're going to keep 125-pound women? Because I tell you what, out of the two of them, with no disrespect, I'd rather watch 125-pound men than women. But, you know.
Yeah, but it's just like 125-pound women are sort of 100. There's like middleweight for women, sort of. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, you know, the women it only goes up to 145. So it's just a little bit different, you know? It's not an exact.
It was a little experiment by the UFC. It was a little experiment by the UFC, I guess, you know, because as you said, I remember 155 came in, and then they were like, should we do 45? And they're like, okay, 35?
Are there even men that weigh that little? I don't even think we can find a man that small.
And then one day somebody went, what about 125ers? And they were like, oh my God, you mean 12-year-old boys?
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's go. And listen, there's some fantastic talent in there. Cejudo, Demetrius, Benavidez.
I have an idea. We're going to get leprechauns from the St. Patty's Day parade to fight in the cage. This will be hilarious.
Exactly. So, yeah, they've got rid of them. So, if you performed in the flyweight division in the UFC, well done. Congratulations. And I hope you find a new home, either at bantamweight or maybe at ONE FC or wherever. Wherever. Lewis.
I mean, do you
God
think
bless
it's
you all.
as unemotional as they just have somebody in the back offices now and they are crunching numbers, putting them through their special finance algorithms, and I'm sure they have all the best people in the world, and they go, all right, there is no path to victory here for 125 pounds to be a profitable division. We've done all the math, we've put it in we've spoken to all the experts. It's just not going to happen. And at that point, they go, cool, we're not losing money. We're not in the business of not making money. Fuck that. It's over.
Well, of course. I mean, Demetrius Johnson is on everybody's pound for pound list as one of the best. He's got a pretty decent personality. He's pretty outgoing. Contrary to a lot of 125ers, he's a finisher. He finishes a lot of fights. We've seen some spectacular finishes at the last second. We saw the suplex to armbar. Seen a lot of great stuff. And the guy has a personality as well, and he talks. So, and even still, he wasn't a draw. So I guess at some point you got to draw a line in the sand and say, okay, that's not working. We'll move on. And it is a shame for those guys. All jokes aside, it is a shame for those guys, and I wish them all the best. What else we got,
also,
Lewis?
It's maybe it's not a shame not to keep it going, but we just saw Demetrius Johnson go and get what we're assuming is a record-breaking contract with ONE FC. Never has a flyweight made that much money before. And if he becomes a huge star in ONE FC, he needs a bunch of competent fighters that, the audience is going to get into. And I think that, there's a bunch of guys that are fighting at flyweight in the UFC that will probably just follow suit and go over to ONE FC. And it might be a better deal for them. I don't think the Japanese audience, I don't think they look at the small guys as being small guys the same way that we do. I think in America, we like everything bigger and badder and fucking, we want a monster truck and a fucking, and over there, it's just not the same type of attitude they have toward that.
But rather than giving Demetrius Johnson a ton of money and then flying out Joseph Benavidez and all the rest of it and putting on these fights in arenas and flying fighters in and booking hotels and safety and health and doctors ringside and having to sell tickets and TV deals to show these fights, maybe just get a subscription to Fight Pass, because those fights have already fucking happened between Demetrius Johnson, Joseph Benavidez, Ray Borg, and all those people. Because if they all fly out to China or Singapore or whatever and compete in ONE FC, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a rehash of old flyweight fights from the UFC. But either way, God bless you all. Good luck in all your future endeavors.
Well, Connor tweeted, this was kind of nice of Connor to tweet. I guess he tweeted, you must now take all the 125 pounders that have been let go. Shatry, this is the CEO, I believe, of ONE FC. You talk all of this martial art and respect talk, yet your greed has directly cost more than half of a fighting division its chance to earn an income for their family. So have some respect, Yad Chatri, sign the division. Nice for Connor to step up. That's on his Twitter.
Where are you reading?
It's on Connor's Twitter.
What is he talking about? Why is it so hold on? He's blaming the president of ONE FC for the UFC closing down the flyweight division.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I failed to see the correlation there, if I'm honest.
I guess him just signing
Demetrius.
I guess him signing Demetrius is the reason that the UFC closed the division. Regardless, I think it's nice that Connor's using his power for what would be perceived as good, even if he may be wrong in terms of what his are we missing something here, Harrington, in that story? Like, why is he specifically saying?
Listen, yet your greed has directly cost more than half a fighting division its chance to earn income for the family. Come on, give me a break. Whatever, don't want to get into it any more than that. But fucking, come on, Lewis. Do not buy into the bullshit. All right.
It's somebody who Connor pays to run his Twitter, by the way. It's not even Connor. Some fucking 22-year-old bitch in San Diego.
All right, let's just take a quick second to hear from Perform Asleep. You know the one if you listen to the show. They are fantastic mattresses. It is the bed that I sleep on. It is the bed that Lewis sleeps on. Not that I've seen it personally, but I hear all about it. Perform Asleeps were designed by athletes in mind to enhance recovery while you sleep. And here's what Perform Asleep mattresses offer that no other mattress does. Well, here we go. The mattresses are infused with copper cool technology. Copper Cool is a combination of gel particles and microscopic copper particles infused throughout the foam to create cooler nights, give added support, and all of the great benefits of copper, Lewis.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's the best part of all, because I sleep hot. So every night, before I was using the Performance Sleep bed, I would, kick the covers off, sweat, have to turn the pillow over in the middle of the night. Because it's using Copper Cool technology, the bed stays cooler throughout the entire night. The actual experience is a lot better, and there's a lot of health benefits as well. You see copper braces, and they use bandages. So there's a lot of research that shows that copper has some amazing healing components as well. So if you're having issues with your back or hips or anything like that, this bed could really, really help you. This is specifically why athletes love it. Okay. Now here's the other cool thing. Okay. They offer 100-night in-home risk-free trial. This is the thing that I really love about this bed, because if you want to spend money on a bed, you don't want to have to fucking say, holy shit, you know what? It's been 4 nights. I realized in the department store it felt great. It was nice and great when I was lying there next to, the salesman in the department store, but then you're at home, some things turn around, maybe, it wasn't exactly the sleeping experience that you thought it was going to be. Well, now you're fucked.
Yeah, and you're led there with John the salesman. You're in a room, you got these down halogen lights on top of you, you're all led on the bed, you're like, what do you think of it? In reality, you want to say the bed sucks, but the salesman's really pushy. John is very good at his job,
yeah.
and your wife is pushing for that bed as well. So you get it, you buy it, you feel forced into it. Next minute, you're sleeping on a shitty bed. Well, this isn't a shitty bed. It's got Copper Cool technology, and it's designed with athletes in mind. And that said, as you said, if you don't like it, 100 days, send it back. And Lewis, how do people get involved with this amazing deal, this bonanza of mattresses?
Performasleep.com is the website, PERFORMASLEEP.com. And if you use the promo code BELIEVE, you get $150 off of any size mattress. This is cool, man. This is a great little gift for the holidays. If you got somebody who's in the market for a new bed, save $150 on a mattress. That's awesome. It shows up in a box. They're gonna be like, what is this? Is this did you guys buy me a fucking a couple computers, or I don't know specifically what will be in that box, but it might be a small refrigerator.
That would have to be a big computer. It would have to be a computer from the 70s.